Well, me and my big mouth. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you not seen me before, my name is Langers and I am the overgrown child that is the Scruffy trader. No shop with my t-shirt and all the toys on my desk. And why do I have toys? Well, they help me with my trading, believe it or not. And I know as soon as you saw my toys you're thinking, what the hell's he doing? And how on earth is that going to help with his trading? Well, today is exactly the reason why. Patience. The worst thing you can do with a chart is fiddle with it. So I have all sorts on my desk. I even have my own arcade, you know, where I can play little video games while I'm waiting for a trade to come into play. I'm old school, so it has to be an arcade machine. Can't really get away with all this new stuff. Anyway, it's not what you're here for. Then again, maybe you are. Or maybe you're waiting for this chair to be filled in by the little winker who has invaded my office. Now she works with me full time. I might buy another shop and stick her in there. Ah, dear me. What's on my desk is unbelievable. I like my toys. Big difference. Her toy, whatever the hell this is, my toy. My toy's better. Right. Enough of that. What are we doing? Well, it's a little salute to Dusty and also Charlie for that matter. Charlie because struggling a little bit with some trades last week and lost a little bit of confidence. And I just want to show that this can be done. And also to Dust for asking me to do it in the first place. So let me fire it across and I shall talk you through it. So in the Discord group, we chat amongst ourselves all the time. There is there, Dusty Bin. Will I look at pound JPY? And I'm more than happy to do that. And it's like some of the other guys there, Andre, a little salute to you as well. Want to look at how the fibs and everything work. So we look at big picture and a small picture, and these are basic principles about getting into trades and how to trade. And talking of things that help me trade,
your coffee.
My coffee and the invader of the Scruffy cave, the winker. But I've got the coffee because we all know Scruffy likes the coffee. He likes Winky as well, but not at the minute because we've just discussed this ridiculous thing.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Explain yourself.
I got it for Christmas. It's a caramel armour.
Hang on. Not only are you taking over my office, that's my jacket.
It's cold outside. It was close to hand.
It's close to hand. Do you know this thing about when it's marriage, you know? The way it works in here is what's yours is mine and what's mine's me own. That is definitely the way it works. My bank account's always empty and hers is pretty full. That's right. Right. As I was saying, we get into this all the time. All right. We do have a bit of merriment. Rags and Riches is just lifting us up when we down, and also patting ourselves on the back when we've got it right. Go through day trades. We go through swing trades. Put up the various charts. Whatever you happen to be, whether you're a gold trader, Forex, whatever. Prop trading, I show my live statements because I think it's only fair. You put your money where your mouth is. If you say you're going to do it, show a statement. Well, I've got nothing to hide. There's mine. I'm building up a prop fund for them. Good equity curve on it. It's 40 grand account. And in a few days, I'm already into profit payout. So happy days, happy days. And this, I put biases up every day. I have broken down the pound JPY. I've worked it out to be a buy, and it's done on this sheet. Now I'll go through this sheet as I show you the trade. And if we move down into here, this is what the Scruffy Squad is. It's this bunch of videos. I do live streams where it's Q&A, training, whatever. We go through. There's the foundation where we go right the way through how to get there. And then obviously there's the Morning Star, what I'm doing at the moment, and the chart breaks, which I'm doing now. Now I've already posted this up. That is there. And the guys could see it well in advance of this trade taking place. So, a little bit of self-promotion, a bit yibba yabba. Let's get into the nitty gritty of what's going on. Very, very simple. The first thing I will ever do is I will look at this. All right. Now this is the strength of the market. It's telling me what's going on, state of play, before I mark up my charts. Okay. So straight away I can see the pound is relatively strong and the yen is not so much. However, there's a change of factor, because underneath the pound is losing ground and the yen is losing ground, but not as much. So that's telling me that whatever's going on is slowing down. All right. On this side, it tells me the rate of the movement. Okay. So it was aggressively moving to the downside. That is slowing, and you can see that that strong move is slowing down. It's slowed down by 45%. Now it also tells me what what chart to pay attention to. So in this case it is the hour, so I'll be looking at the hour to analyze the chart. And then when you look at this section and this section, this looks at all of the pairs and pulls out the best opportunities to trade. It is highlighting the pound and the JPY, so I'm quite happy with that as well. And then under here is just the majors, and again it looks to see what it can pull out. The best contender on it is actually the Aussie dollar, but it is put in a chart against the pound JPY, so that is not bad to look at. And then you've got the USD JPY. All right, so I look at this over and over, and then there's another section. I have an engine that runs this, put a load of figures in, and it kind of tells me the direction to look for. All right, so that's one of the things that I do. Now if I'm looking at this, now if I go right out to a daily, you can see it's screamed up, it's pushed down, it is screamed up, and it is now pushing down. But what you got to remember with a daily chart, etc., a pullback can be vicious, and if you're day trading, that pullback can be exaggerated against the move you're about to take. So if you're looking for 10-20 pips, well, a pullback on a daily could easily be 50. It might even be 100 or 200. Now if this is going to break the top side of here and that push down to say that cluster point, this could be a massive pullback in the face of an upward move. So from there to there, that is 182 pips, ticks, points, whatever you want to call it. That is a vicious pullback, and if you put your stop in, it's going to take you out. So this is good to get an idea of market structure and a vague idea of what's going on. Then drop it into your next time frame so you can see a little bit deeper into it and see what's going on. But it doesn't look as bad now, does it? Because that's pushing up. Looks like it's just resting. It's not really pushing down aggressively, but it's not making aggressive highs either. So it's sideways, right? Sideways market. Well, if it's on a sideways market, we know if once it gets to the bottom, it bounces up. So that's something to think about, because we're now zooming in to where we're about to trade. And where we're about to trade is on the 1 hour. Right. So what do we see now? Well, now what we see is that same sideways movement, and it has found a point of interest, which is here and here. So if I draw in, just to sort of highlight this sort of thing, through there, a little zone, we now have somewhere that we can work to, because it's reasonable to assume that this could be a bob level, bounce point. You know, that's what bob stands for, bounce or break. So we're looking to see if it'll either bounce this zone or break it. Now if it does break it, and we go a little bit deeper into this, we can see there's another area down here. It's clustered, clustered, clustered on there. So if I put another zone in, and this is just basic stuff, guys, you know, through like so, that's given another zone. Now if I stretch that across, just so you can see it, it's marrying up to where it was stalling before. So now we're world building. We're building a picture up of a chart on an hour. Now where can this possibly go? Well, we have an area here. You can see where it's flattened out. It's peaked, it's flattened, and even when it did an aggressive move, it was there. So I can put another zone in based on the base of that. Just drop it in, freehand, right. Now we've got a bit of structure to the chart, and that structure is what you're going to use to get in and out, and it really is that simple, guys. All right, there's a lot more to it. This is a watered version of what's going on, but if you can map a chart and build a chart based on basic market structure and have an idea that you think you can work with, you won't go far wrong. Now this looks pretty tight, but if I take this down into a 15-minute chart, it doesn't look as tight anymore, and it also looks a lot cleaner because you can see it's tested, it's tried to push down, it's failing, it's trying, it's failing. So now we can start building up an order, and you can take it as far down as a 5 minute, and again, there you are, you see it a bit cleaner, a bit clearer, and you can tidy this up and you go, well, there's a cluster point, because you can see it to the pip, nice and clean, and that is what we're going to be working on. So what I'm going to do now is, it's a waiting game. I have to wait for the market to shorthand a little bit, which, looking at this, let's have a look. It's not a million miles off, to be honest. In fact, it's not a million miles off at all. So what I'm going to do is, it's currently 10:15. I'm going to start looking to stage orders over the next 15 minutes. I'm just going to kind of wait a second, and I'll trade this, put my money where my mouth is. So I'll not come off the camera, I'll just leave it as a single camera shot. You'll see the orders start to come in, but I am going to the upside, and it's just a question of waiting for the optimum point. But I have some areas of interest. So here, and if it gets through, I'll then be working in this arena, and I'll always be looking to move up based on the analysis that I've done. Okay, so I'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, I kind of need the camera to do a bit of work for the squad. This is kind of going to plan. I'm going to take off a little bit and replace an order on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some money out of the equation. Why have I done that? Just because it's stalling, it's coming back on itself, and I'm going to place the order back in when it comes back down here and work its way back up to the top. Very, very simple stuff. And it's all kind of trade management, if you like. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll let this run and I'll come back to you when I finish doing my work, and hopefully we'll have a decent result. Okay guys, gonna catch up on this pound JPY and we'll see what's going on. Well, at the moment we are ticking along quite well. We've had some money out of it, 70 quid already. Now what we're looking to do is just continue this arena and hopefully get it up around here. May have to kill it off at about this point, because I think this peak is what's going to be the tipping point, but there's quite a lot of pressure into the market. So I'm just going to let this run for now and just see what happens. Okay, so I'll drop it down onto a 5 minute and you can kind of see it squeeze up. There we go. And well, we'll just watch it dance. I may start carving off, and why not, because that'll squeeze up, it'll come down, it'll push up, and it'll zigzag all the way up. Okay, so let's play this out. Okay guys, this is starting to show signs of reversing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill out the trade. Currently in profit as we are looking at it now. So all I need to do is just kind of wait a second, see if this can squeeze up. Looks like it's not going to. You've got all of them here. I can kill it in one go. There we go. Right. There's method in the madness as to why I've done that. It's pushing very hard to the top, but it is extremely overextended. And the general gist of this is actually down. Okay, so you can see it's down. So it's pulled up onto the bases of here. If I come down onto the hourly so we can see what's been going on, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of good selling, which is kind of to the tops of here. And that's kind of why I was saying when it gets up there, I'm kind of going to look to get rid of it. Why? Because I've sat in it and it's paid me. And the other part of it is I don't want to give it back. And something I'm not going to give back is my coffee, because I got me coffee. Although I need to get my office back because she's invaded it. That's her chair, which is getting changed later. I've got to get a new computer set up next week so that she can have hers in here. This is getting out of hand, boys and girls. Dear me. But what has this done for me? Well, even killing that trade off, you know, it looks brutal. Scaling, working, managing the trade, it still give me a wage for the day. So I don't need to do a great deal. Now if I drop this back into 5 minute, there you are, you can see it's starting to slam off. So it's been a tough trade. They can't all go smooth, but ultimately it's been a good trade. And why is it a good trade? Because it paid me. Simple as that, you know. Any payment is a good payment, and that's kind of the way I look at it. And if I've got to take a little bit of a smack in the teeth along the way, then that's fine, because when I enter a trade I start with 0, and as long as I end with 1, I don't care what happens in the middle. I genuinely don't, you know. And that's it. It's about being net positive at the end of the process. And that's what trading is, guys. If you're swinging for the fences, you're going to lose all the time because you're holding on, thinking, oh, I want it to be green, I want it to be green. And then you find that it almost gets there and then runs all the way back, and all that good work you've done is gone. But if you were looking at your P&L, and your P&L was positive, and you think you've had enough and you kill it, what's wrong with that? Is 80% of a winner better than 100% of a loser? Every time in my book. Anyway, so there you go. That was that trade. Like I say, I kind of did it for Dusty, so it's a little salute to you and the Scruffy squad there. And if you're interested, there are links for the Scruffy squad down below. And as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.